Hey guys, it's Miss Howard. Yesterday, Miss Guzman got you started on the flight of Icarus. You guys were annotating for asking questions. Today, we want to kind of switch it up a little bit, and we want to annotate for making predictions. Okay, so we want to annotate for what we think is going to happen next. Guys, we ask questions while we're reading and we make predictions while we're reading to ensure that we're actively reading, okay? And when we're actively reading, you're going to better understand what it is that you're reading. And when you better understand what you're reading, you're going to become a stronger reader. And guys, that is the goal. Okay, so just a quick recap for what you went over with Miss Guzman. So in the flight of Icarus, Daedalus is trapped in a tower. His son Icarus helps him escape. All right. So, but then after they escape the tower, they are trapped on an island. They try by land. They try by sea. They cannot escape this island. So then Daedalus vows to escape by air. All right. So let's get started. Okay, we are starting at paragraph 3. I'm going to go ahead and start reading, and then we're going to be thinking about what will happen next. He called his son Icarus to him and told the boy to gather up all the feathers he could find on the rocky shore. As thousands of gulls soared over the island, Icarus soon collected a huge pile of feathers. Daedalus then melted some wax and made a skeleton in the shape of a bird's wing. The smallest feathers he pressed into the soft wax, and the large ones he tied on with thread. Okay, so I'm going to start right there. So, it seems like they're going to get all the feathers that Icarus gathered, and they're going to make some sort of bird suit to attach to their bodies, and they're going to fly like birds. Okay, so that's what it seems like they're going to do. So I'll stop here and let me just say with you guys, Ms. Guzman talked with you yesterday about myth. Okay, this is a myth, guys, and this part right here shows you exactly what a myth is. The myth is usually, the characters are usually gods, and the events that are taking place are of the supernatural. Okay, so not very realistic. Okay, so what's happening now about them making this this feather suit like birds and then flying away, that's not necessarily realistic, but this is a myth, guys. So you kind of just have to kind of flow with it and then use your imagination a little bit. Okay. So just my prediction of what I'm thinking is going on, guys. I don't know that there's going to be enough feathers to actually help them take flight. I don't know that there's going to be enough feathers. My prediction is that he's going to have yet another failed attempt from this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up this paragraph, and then we'll make a final prediction. It says, Icarus played about on the beach happily while his father worked, chasing the feathers that blew away in the strong wind that swept the island, and sometimes taking bits of the wax and working it into strange shapes with his fingers. Okay, so Icarus is chasing the feathers that fly away in the wind, and he's playing with the wax. So looks like Daedalus is working by himself on these feather suits that they're going to take and put on and fly away. So right now, my prediction, what I think is going to happen next is, I just think, I don't know that they're even going to be able to fully construct these suits. And if they are, I don't think that they're going to be able to fly very far. I just don't. So I'm going to go ahead and add my annotation there at the end of paragraph 3. Okay, so here's the annotation that I made, my prediction. I highlighted this first sentence right here. He called his son Icarus to him and told the boy to gather up all the feathers he could find on the rocky shore. That basically is kind of what this paragraph is about, gathering the feathers and then making the bird feather-like suit with it. My prediction is that I don't think Daedalus and Icarus will be able to escape the island while using the feather suits. All right, so I will save and close that. And then we will move on to paragraph 4. Okay, guys, moving on to paragraph 4. It was fun making the wings. The sun shone on the bright feathers. The breezes ruffled them. When they were finished, Daedalus fastened them to his shoulders and found himself lifted upwards, where he hung poised in the air. Filled with excitement, he made another pair for his son. They were smaller than his own, but strong and beautiful. All right, now we'll stop at the end of paragraph 4. So it seems that my prediction was wrong. I didn't think that this was going to work at all. These suits that Daedalus was making for them, I didn't think it was going to work at all. But it seems right now that it's enough for them to actually be lifted off the ground and kind of maybe even fly around the island. So Daedalus is being lifted off the ground. He's actually airborne. And then he's also made another suit for his son. So my predictions have changed. I was negative in the beginning, saying that I didn't think that they were going to make it. I didn't think they were even going to be able to even make the suits or fly at all. But now I'm a little more optimistic, and I think that they will be able to fly together. I just don't know how far they'll go. So I'm going to add my annotation at the end of paragraph 4. All right, so that was my annotation for paragraph 4. The sentence I highlighted, part of a sentence, found himself lifted upwards where he hung poised in the air. That to me was kind of the main point of this paragraph, where Daedalus was actually airborne. And so my prediction is, I think Daedalus and Icarus will be able to actually fly, but I'm still unsure if they will be able to make an escape. All right, now I'm going to save and close that, and then we'll go on to paragraph 5. All right, guys, so we are at paragraph 5 now. This is the final paragraph that we'll do together. You guys are going to do paragraph 6, 7, 8, and 9 independently, and that's going to take you to the end of this myth. All right, so let's go ahead and start paragraph 5 so we can wrap up. Finally, one clear, windswept morning, the wings were finished, and Daedalus fastened them to Icarus's shoulders and taught him how to fly. He bade him watch the movements of the birds, how they soared and glided overhead. He pointed out the slow, graceful sweep of their wings as they beat the air steadily without fluttering. Soon Icarus was sure that he too could fly, and raising his arms up and down, skirted over the white sand and even out over the waves, letting his feet touch the snowy foam as the water thundered and broke over the sharp rocks. So I'll stop right there. All right, so guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but just from these 3 paragraphs that we're reading, my thoughts have seriously changed. I went from thinking like, you guys are not even going to make these suits, you're not even going to be able to fly, to, okay, maybe you might be able to do a little bit of flying, to now with the fact that they're studying the movement of the birds. So they're doing a little bit of research here. Okay. And they're trying to see the birds, like these are the pros at flying. They're saying they're going to study the pros. Daedalus is like, let's study the birds and see how they do this, and let's do what they do. So now, like, I'm pretty positive. Right now, I think that they might make it. I think they might make a full escape. I'm still a little iffy about it, but I definitely feel a little stronger about it than in paragraph 4. All right. So I'm going to add an annotation there, and then we'll finish up paragraph 5. Okay, so guys, I did choose a sentence kind of in the middle of that, where it said Daedalus fastened them to Icarus's shoulders and taught him how to fly. He bade him watch the birds and watch how they soared and glided overhead. So that to me was kind of like the main idea of that little section that we read. Daedalus is showing Icarus how to fly, and he's also saying, hey, watch the birds, watch how they do this so that we'll know exactly what we need to do. So my actual annotation for my prediction was, I now think Daedalus and Icarus have a chance at a full escape. Guys, you see how I see how things have changed while we're reading. This is why we do annotations for questions and for predictions. This is why we do that, so that we can keep track of all the different thoughts that we have in our minds. So I'll save and close that, and we'll finish up this final paragraph. Okay, we're going to finish up paragraph 5 right here. Daedalus watched him proudly, but with misgivings. He called Icarus to his side and, putting his arm round the boy's shoulder, said, Icarus, my son, we are about to make our flight. No human being has ever traveled through the air before, and I want you to listen carefully to my instructions. Keep at a moderate height, for if you fly too low, the fog and spray will clog your wings, and if you fly too high, the heat will melt the wax that holds them together. Keep near me, and you will be safe. Okay. All right. See, I was all happy and excited. Now I'm not anymore. This does not look good. Um, you may be saying, Miss Howard, why does it not look good now? His father's just giving him instructions. Okay. Well, I'm a parent. I have a 5-year-old. Usually when I give my 5-year-old instructions, um, he's like, okay, I gotta see what it is that you don't want me to do for myself. So when you give instructions, they're like that makes them want to do it more. So, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are like that too. When your parents say don't do something, it makes you want to do it more. Okay. So, and a lot of times you have to see for yourself. When your parents give you instructions of what not to do, you need to go ahead and do them to like see for yourself that, oh yeah, they were right. Okay. So I'm a little nervous right now here. I don't know that this flight's going to be smooth sailing at the least. Okay. So right now I'm thinking that throughout their flight, it's going to be a rough flight because Daedalus is going to have to work really hard as keeping Icarus close to him. So this is going to, I'm thinking my prediction is that it's going to be a scary flight. I won't really take up your time for me to add that. You've seen me add them. You've seen Miss Guzman add the annotations. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to do that. If you don't, come to tutorials at 11 o'clock. Or you can email your teacher or send us a Google Voice text. So you guys will finish up with paragraph 6, 7, 8, and 9, and you'll get to see how this flight goes. You're going to finish up this myth, and you guys are going to get to see how this flight ends. All right. I'm excited about it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.